two. Joe, Joe. ¿Puedes decirle por favor a que ponga un poquito más fuerte? One, two. Okay. So we want to start in...
Cabo Verde offers an incredibly diverse landscape, from exhilarating nature exploration and water sports to beachside pampering and cultural immersion. The sunny islands are a beach lover's paradise. With white sandy beaches, crystalline waters, and exciting water sports. The Census Islands call all nature enthusiasts and ecotourists. Mountainous peaks give way to lush valleys and surrealist volcanic landscapes where premium coffee and wine are produced. The Essence Islands are the cultural heart of Cabo Verde. Home to the two largest cities, visitors can explore the heritage sites while enjoying vibrant music, vivacious street life, and traditional food. Cabo Verde has it all.
Welcome back to Ponta Preta, everybody. Today we are going to be doing the F1 tow-in surf foil competition. The guys and the girls are getting ready to hack up to carve around the perfect right-hander. Who is going to have the best score? Welcome back, everybody, here to Ponta Preta, as we are going to be starting off the day with the F1 tow-in surf foil competition. I'm Josie Ashton, and joining me here in the booth, Liam Jed. Liam, good morning, mate.
Good morning to you, Joe, as well. It's brilliant to be back here at Ponta Preta. You know, waves are actually looking really, really nice for a little bit of a tow-in session, so I'm really excited to see how our athletes play up and yeah, just ride some waves today.
Yeah, the waves are looking good. We've got about 4 to 5 foot occasionally on sets, and there's just a slight hint of an offshore wind, which is making those waves just peel and come all the way down the right-hand side that we have. This is right-hand point break. If you are just joining us, this is Cape Verde, the island of Sal, and we are at Ponta Preta. I mean, Liam, tell me a little bit of what has happened over the last week, because we have had conditions stacked all across the days.
I mean, it's been an event to remember, that's one thing for sure. We started off our trip here in Cape Verde with the kite surf discipline, absolutely pumping waves with Machu Lopez taking the win. And then we moved on to the wingfoiling, and just as better. We were a little bit unsure, you know, are the wingfoilers going to be able to handle the beast that is Ponta Preta? But, you know, they delivered, and Wesley Brito, the local, just taking the win. I mean, Machu Lopez, Wesley, both taking the win, coming out of Cape Verde. It's brilliant for the, you know, brilliant for the country. I mean, amazing stuff, amazing competition. And now we're just going to wrap it off nicely with a little bit of a tow.
Yeah, we are. And talking about wrapping it off, I can already see that red flag is in the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get out there to the action, and we will see who is in that Heat 1 of round number 1.
Okay, so here we have it. Round 1, heat number 1. We have Hugo Marin, Kauli Siadi, and Tom Hubert. So big 3 heavy hitters here, Joe. And yeah, let's see them enjoy themselves out in the perfect conditions that is Ponta Preta at the moment.
Yeah, and what is going to be happening out there? So we are going to be having the tow-in surfboard competition sponsored by our brand collaborator FONE. We are going to be seeing all of these 3 guys out there. So each rider has 2 waves, and the best wave counts. So the first guy who's going to be going up there, we're going to have to see what is going to be going down as we start off the competition. And there it looks like that is going to be, yep, so the first is going to be Hugo Marin, second is going to be Kauli Siadi, and third is going to be Tom Hubert. So on your screen, there we have him, Hugo Marin, about to look for a set wave and see what he can do.
And he had a good finish as well in the wingfoiling, Joe. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he finished 4th. Am I right in thinking that? Yeah, so, you know, a good week there for Hugo, and he's got such a great surfing style when he's on the waves. You know, you can really, you know, when he's surfing and foiling on the wave, you know it's Hugo Marin.
Yeah, he does. He's always very stretched out. I mean, look just how he's cruising there. He has that unique style, and now what he's doing, he is looking for one of those waves to be coming our way and to be able to surf that one up. And it does look like already he has a bit of a bump out there as we continue on.
Here we see Hugo Marin in the yellow jersey, yellow helmet, F1 rider from France. He is actually just came off.
And there we can see our jet ski rider getting ready to tow one of the boys into a section. As it does look like Hugo has taken off on this bump, and he is going to be surfing this one into the reef. So here we go. First wave of the day here for the F1 Tow-In Surf Foil Competition Ponta Preta. And here we have dropping in Hugo Marin from France.
Just making the most of this wave. Not one of the bigger ones. It's really starting to sort of just form as it's getting a little bit closer in towards that reef and in towards those stones. But you can see now waves starting to open up that little bit nicer. And one thing that Hugo Marin has is he has pure speed when he's on every single wave, and he really does show that in his riding.
Yeah, you can see, like you said there, Liam, he did take off on one of the smaller waves. So that is going to be his surf. A little bit of a hop out there. And coming up next, we are going to be seeing Kauli Siadi just getting ready to go.
Yellow flag is up for the Brazilian Kauli Said, affectionately called cauliflower by his good buddy Mizu Fernandez, the other Brazilian, but I love the nickname cauliflower. 3-time world windsurfing champion, amazing winger, absolutely high-level carving game. Kauli is definitely a veteran.
All right, well, there we can see, waiting for those scores to be dropped to see what wave score Hugo Marin got for that first wave. Was one of the smaller ones of the set, though, but look at that beautiful day we have here. You can see the color is out there. We've got the blue water. The sun is shining. A few of the guys and the girls have a little bit of a hangover today, but doing that one nicely. Let's see how they perform out there on the water. But Kauli Siadi, coming from Brazil, a world champion windsurfer of the wave discipline. Looking forward to see how he does, because he actually does quite a bit of towing himself.
Yeah, he's always a pleasure to watch, Kauli, when he's out on the water, and you can see there just on the right-hand side of your screen, just ready and raring to go. And as you said, Joe, last night we did have our sort of award ceremony. So the prizes were given out. We crowned our champions officially here in Cape Verde, and it was a fantastic night. And it went on to the early hours of the morning. And it's always good to have a little party, have a little bit of a bookie with all our riders here. Time to just sort of, competition is over. They can chill out a little bit more. But this morning, it's all focused on towards this tow-in session. So, as you can see there, jet ski in the water, just waiting for our riders to get going. And I'm just looking out the corner of my eye. Conditions today, really quite nice waves coming in. I've just been keeping my eye on the ocean, and there's been some really nice set waves peeling through. So it should stay. The forecast is looking promising for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, so we have a total of 5 men heats and then 2 women heats, and basically what is going to be going down, the rider, the athlete that has the best wave score out of all of those heats are going to be our winner. So let's have a little look, see what is going to be going down, as it looks like they're just waiting over there for that set to come through, and as soon as they do see that set, they will start to drive them out there. I reckon sets are kind of about 6 to 7 minutes at a time. So there's going to be a little bit of waiting, but yeah, it is going to be some very nice surfing. The bows have been peeling off this morning when we came down here, as that little bit of a flicker of offshore wind gets on them. And Ponta Preta is really smiling here for the final day of competition here for the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour.
Surfers, please clear the water for the competition. Surfers, I have Joe with me. He is my backup. Surfers, please clear the competition area. Thank you very much. Big set, boys. Go, Cali, go. Oh, here we go. We got the Brazilian Cali.
So here you have Cali Siadi on your screen there. Some really nice set waves starting to peel through. So that has began Cali's run. Beautiful shot there of the drone. You can see those waves coming in the horizon. Some really nice rolling sets coming through. So perfect shot. We couldn't have it any better with that drone in the air. And you can see that score from Hulgar Marin, 1.67 on that smaller wave. But Cowley here picking up a little bit of speed. You can see that jet ski really putting on the pressure as Cowley drops in for his first wave here. This one's looking a lot nicer than the previous. You can see a couple of surfers there just cruising out the back. But Cowley now starting to pump his way just to get past this middle section. Plenty of speed going into this, giving the jet ski a little run for their money as he continues on to carve, going up in the air, wanting that freestyle maneuver. And there you have it, Kaulisiari. Thank you very much for that lovely first wave. And thank you even more for our camera guys doing amazing work there with the drone in the air. Really can get a sense for what Ponta Preta is about. And the smile says it all. The smile says it all.
I would not want to be on Joe's bad side.
It's nice to see our riders having a little bit of fun out there on this final day of competition that we have here in Cape Verde. And you can see there, Tom Aubert is going to be up next in Cowley with the 5.37 for that last wave. So scores now dropping, scores on the boards. Tom Aubert will be up next for his first wave.
All right, and we got the drone up and running. Look at the colors of the water out there today. It is turquoise. We are down here at one of the water sports paradises. That is the island of Sao. And now getting ready, as we just saw Cowley have a very nice wave, getting a 5.37 there for that one. And now it is going to be the turn of Tom Aubert, the duotone athlete, for him, as we are just waiting one more time for a set. And we're going to get some people down here on the beach and do some interviews as well while we're in these waiting lulls for round number 1, heat number 1 of the F1 tow-in surf foil competition. All right, so there it is. It looks like Tom Aubert is up and running. As I think they're seeing something out the back. It does look like there is a set coming their way. And there we can see some of the surfers abandoning the break as well. So thank you very much, guys. Don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. But yep, there it is. All right, Tom Aubert dropping in on a little roller here. Taking off on one of the small ones as well. We saw Kaoli on one of the bigger waves, so he definitely has the top score out there at the moment. And Tom Aubert there, unfortunately, just not getting a ride pretty much at all with that one. Still, 2 turns each. Next up is going to be Hugo Marin, but he is sitting in 2nd place. And there on your score, Tom Aubert, who unfortunately just didn't grab the wave he was looking for. All right. Wow, it looks like we are going to have some more action as we're waiting for that 2nd round of tricks for each one of them. But we're looking to see who is going to get those waves, and we're going to go down to the beach there with Chris, who has Hendrik Lopez.
I'm here with Hendrik Lopes, local Cabo Verdean. Hendrix, I just saw you catch an absolutely bomb. Tell me about that wave.
I think that was the wave of the day so far. Sig left, crazy barrel, but unfortunately I had a bodyboarder that went sneaked in on my wave. I was fully deep on the barrel. It was really the view of the morning. And yeah, it was amazing. Usually you go right in Ponta Preta, but today I decided to go left on a sneaky wave, so yeah.
So you're goofy, right?
Yeah.
So Hendrix likes going left because that means he's front side on the wave. So we're just into the very first round of the tow foil competition, and there is some time in between sets. Hendrix, what do you think the call today is going to be for the towing?
Well, we just started. The waves are a bit slow still, but I think the tide is going low, so it's going to pick up, go more consequent. So yeah, let's see. I don't know. Try to push.
What heat are you and who are you going against in the tow foil?
I think I'm just next heat against Zane Schweitzer and Yuri Johannes. So both guys are shredding, and we have an amazing stoke in the water. So we're gonna try to push and have fun.
Yeah, there's really been an amazing vibe this entire 10 days so far in Cabo Verde. First, we got the kite side done. We had an all Cabo Verdean podium. It was absolutely insane. And it's so fun to see the boys just celebrating the wins. You know, we got Me Too, Machu, everybody on that side of things. And then Wesley Brito from Boa Vista, you know, Hendrik's good buddy. Have you guys gotten any sleep the last 4 days?
Well, we've been sending it all night. And yeah, we're having fun. We're young, we're partying a bit, but
so Hendrix, talk us through Hugo Marin on this wave.
Yeah, so now we have Hugo just gliding on the wave, and the wave started to pick up just closer to the rocks. He's just riding down the line, and then there is a deeper section coming up now, so he's just cruising and having fun.
That's classic Hugo Marin style, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a different kind of style, but he's doing a really amazing job. He's riding really well. So yeah, I think that was.
All right, my friend. Well, good luck in your heat, and back to you, Joe.
Thanks a lot, boys. Yeah, great to see one more time Hendrik Lopez enjoying himself out there. Looking pretty good for the dance moves I saw happening out there last night, as they had a very good closing ceremony. And there we could see once again Hugo Marin getting another wave, so that was going to be his second wave. Let's see if he can improve on that score. But it is Kauli Seadi who is going to be coming up next, who has the highest score so far. And he is just about to drop in and grab on to the tow rope. As I can see, the jet ski rider is just looking up, and there we can see Ugo's going to be paddling his way out and maybe grab a wave just to make it in. And there we can see Kauli already pranced and crouched like a tiger. And let's see if he can tow himself into something nice, as it does look like we have a little bit of movement coming over the horizon. And just look at those colors.
I'm just waiting for the Lycra. As soon as Kauli comes in, I'll take his Lycra, and I'll just prone on the middle. Yo, Uncle Chris! Alright, gonna do that. Chris, am I blue flag? Are you guys on the same heat? You and Benoit? I'm in the next heat, number 2. Second, okay. What heat are you saying? Number 2. Okay, so you get.
Well, as it stands, you can see on the scores, it is Kauli Seadi in the lead. And there we can see Julia, the younger daughter of the local organizers, Josh Silva and Giada Woji. Julia, absolute banger out there on the kite surfing discipline. She got some really nice waves, and it does look like, yep, there it goes. So there he's up and away. Kauli Seadi is going to be making his way past, and there's the image right there. Getting ready to rumble and see if he can pull himself in to a nice set wave, and it does look like there are someone's coming out the back. So let's see. It does look like here we have Kauli's going to be powering his way back, making it way all the way out, and pumping in to this one here. So now, looking like a nice and smooth, stylish all the way along. Is he going to be able to make it past this section? Flying as fast as possible. He's got the speed, he's got the groove. A nice wave. And now he might even link this up. This is one of the beauties here of the surf foil. Linking it into that second wave. Oh, going for the 360. But going down, that was one of the best waves we've seen yet. And let's not forget heat number 1, round number 1. As we have 5 heats of the men and 2 heats of the women. Just this second discipline of the F1 towing surf foil competition. And there's the replay of Kauli Seadi, who flying through the competition area. Wow, Liam, a nice little replay there of that last move there from Kauli, but just not being able to pull it off.
Nah, not being able to just wrap that one up nicely, but nevertheless, that's one of the first we've seen from him where he's caught that back end, that second wave coming through, chucking in a little freestyle maneuver at the end. I think he did that on his first wave as well. Just having fun out there and enjoying, getting out in the water. As you mentioned, Joe, conditions really are nice. I mean, the colours, the wind is just that little flicker offshore. Waves are coming in and just giving us some nice, they're not too massive that our riders are going to sort of, feel a little bit off-putting, but, not too small either that they're closing out. So really nice conditions out here in Cape Verde, Ponta Preta, wrapping it up on this final day of competition as we just enter the final moments, the final minutes now of this heat. 2 minutes, 40 seconds, and there you have some scores as well. So your current heat leader is Kauli Siadi.
Yes, he is. So one more wave there for Tom Albert here of this heat number 1. Let's have a little look-see who is going to be coming up next, because we have it stacked to the horizon as we have a lot of riders getting involved on this one. So coming up next, we are going to be seeing out there on the water is going to be Zane Schweitzer, Hendrik Lopez, who we just had a little chat to down on the beach, and Yuri Johannes coming out of Brazil. So yeah, getting ready to rumble. One more wave of this first heat of the day.
We got Hendrik Lope getting in the water. He's in heat number 2. Second rider to go. He's taking the local approach. Hendrik is very familiar with Ponta Preta. He's just going to scamper across the rocks and jump in.
And just on that last shot, you can see Hendrik Lopez making his way into the water for his next heat, because he will be up next, as you mentioned, Joe, and he's a really great rider there in the kite side, on the wing as well. So he's had a busy few days, really enjoyed himself, you know, family and friends watching on, and, you know, he is a rider that we will sure keep an eye on this year. I reckon that training in the off-season is really going to show as the year progresses. He's very eager to finish in that top 5. I was speaking to Hendrik the other day, and he said, I want a top 5 finish, or I want a top 3 finish. But and a few more riders there on your screen. That looks like Hugo Marin just coming in from that last heat. While we still have Tom Albert on your screen now to get that last and final wave. Wasn't able to link or pick the right wave on his first turn. So he'll definitely be looking at wanting to improve on this second wave. And you can see here Hendrik just swimming out past the rocks, because it gets a little bit sketchy close in at Ponta Preta here. We saw in the wingfoiling quite a few wipeouts, quite a few ripped wings and broken boards, because, you know, where that wave is breaking, if you get it wrong and you're too close to the shoreline, boy oh boy, are you going to be in for a sticky situation, because it can get a little bit nasty, it can get a little bit mean the closer in that wave breaks. But, you know, on a day like today where it's a little bit more mellow, our riders are, you know, making the most of those conditions and just going to have some fun. Tom Albert now is just sitting out there and waiting for that next set to come through. It's looking a little stale, it's looking a little quiet, but we do know waves are on their way, and I'm sure that in the next few moments we'll see that next wave for Tom come through.
Yeah, and we saw there with Kauli that last one, a 5.98 for that last wave there from Kauli Siadi. So already up there in the win, and looking to see if Tom Albert can take that. A buzzer beater, take the win off of this last wave as the colors. It is such a beautiful day. What a way to finish off this competition. The sun is shining. Everybody's enjoying themselves. Now we are talking.
So this is going to be the second heat, round 1, heat number 2. Your next riders that will be on the water very, very shortly. Zane Schweitzer, Hendrik Lopez, and Yuri Johannes. So those are your 3 riders who will be up very, very shortly.
Ponta Preta absolutely delivering. The kite side was phenomenal with the local legend Machu winning. Me2 coming out of retirement and taking second place, and Ayrton in third. What an amazing all Cabo Verdean podium that was. Hendrik Lopez also competed in that. On the wing side, we had a storybook ending with local favorite Wesley Frito from Boa Vista, absolutely putting on a clinic in the wave and taking home his first ever GWA victory. Congratulations to all on the podium. We're so happy for you. We had Muna White from the USA who won on the kite side as well as the wing, which has never been done. Mia Suardias, the team from Tarifa, coming in second. Absolutely brilliant. We had Bowen Vanderlinden rounding out the
All right, well, there we can see Zane Schweitzer getting ready to go in. Zane coming out of Maui, Hawaii, third on the overall podium here for the wave discipline of the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour down at Ponta Preta, and he was getting some very nice dance moves up there yesterday as well. Let's see how he can dance it out here on the waves.
Yeah, very good character to have on tour, and really, really happy that he's joined us at this first stop here in Cape Verde. But he's also spent a bit of time up here in the booth, Joe, with you as well, and the conversations I had a little listen to, very, very interesting what that guy has to say, and very, very experienced when it comes to, you know, all the foiling, one of the pioneers, and just really enjoying himself out here.
Yeah, no, very, very interesting guy. I've known him for probably about 15 years now, and obviously one of the top SUPers of the world. And talking about another SUPer, there we could see Benoit Carpentier also coming in from France as we continue on. And yep, it does look like, I reckon, Tom Aubert is going to be trying to go off on a wave a little further to the left of the competition area, because it does look like he's starting to ride that bump, Liam.
Yeah, there's been a few waves out that side of the competition area, like you mentioned. We've seen, you know, most of those breaking waves on the right-hand side, but now Tom quite far on the left, and this one looks to be just opening up a little bit nicely. Didn't have the best of luck and the best choice when it came to that first wave, but definitely a better wave now. However, it's not quite forming. Maybe it sort of changes as it comes that little bit closer in towards the beach.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get his hands on this one as he makes his way down. And now you can see some of the surfers also going to be joining him on that one. We do thank all of the local athletes to leave the water. And they've left us the peak here of Cape Verde, Ponta Preta, completely to ourselves, as we are now going to be moving through to heat number 2 on the water. All right, well, there's the players. We have Yuri Johannes, Hendrik Lopez, and Zane Schweitzer. Hendrik Lopez has been having one of the best competitions I've seen him yet.
Yeah, he's been busy boy. He had a good heat over in the kite surf. I can't remember who he lost to, though, Joe. I think it might have been... I'm trying to have a little think. I'm not too sure, but nevertheless, you know, he's been out there ripping and shredding up any wave that comes his way. And then over on the wingfoiling, you know, he mainly wants to focus down the kite surf route, and he does. He wants to compete on the wave spots for this year on the GWA. But when it comes to wingfoiling for Hendrik, I remember him saying to me, he's just out there to have some fun. He enjoys himself when it comes to the winging. And right now, we're about to see him go for a little bit of a toe-in session. I'm sure we'll see some freestyle maneuvers as well from Hendrik when it gets to the end of the wave. But up first, this man on your screen right now, there looks to be a few lumps and bumps at the back because Zane Schweitzer will be up first.
Yeah, waiting to see what Zane has. Oh! Getting absolutely mauled in on that one, falling down. He looked like he wanted to get a bit more speed. But yeah, just going off. It looks like he let go of that one and goes in. So that is going to be a crash there for him. Zane, a very experienced toe-in rider. Just looked like Don't know if he let go before or it got snapped out of his hand, as he is going to be trying to go for yet another set and be the first wave of his heat.
Yeah, that one's got to hurt. They're definitely going at pretty serious speed there, and going straight in the drink for Zane. But he's back up on his feet now, composed himself, ready to rumble once again. Mr. Schweitzer on your screen, but it looks to be a little bit quiet, so maybe he's just going to circle around that competition area, just wait for that next set of waves to come through. Very, very talented when it comes to getting on the foil. So really excited to see what Zane will show for us. I'm sure that every ride, every wave that he catches, we're going to be in for a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, he is a character on and off the water, and looking forward to see what he has in store for us here. Looks like he's looking at a little bit of a smaller wave now, so he's going to try and get some pulling power. All right, there it is. No, deciding against that one again. Not liking what he sees, and all right, here it is. It does look like he is going into a wave. All right, Zane Schweitzer powering his way through. This is a nice wave. Oh, nice open face hack there. Gonna try and milk this one all the way into a back flip. Now we are talking. Nice wave there from the Hawaiian.
Very, very nice little maneuver there for Zane. Obviously not able to just stomp that, cleanly, but that's what we want to see. We want to be seeing a little bit of variety out there. And I'm sure one of the big things that we continue to speak about as well, Joe, we always mention that wave selection. So, be a big part today to play. Let's see what our riders have for us.
All right, well, while we're waiting for the next athlete to grab out and go down there, we're going to go down to the beach. As I can see, Chris has Kaoli Saadi, the winner, and the highest score so far.
I'm here with Kaoli Said. He just finished up Heat 1, three-time windsurfing world champion from Brazil, F1 backed rider. Kaoli, tell me about that last wave. That was epic.
It was pretty fun to ride Ponta Preta, tow in, I was just surfing here, but surf foiling is too hard, it's too shallow, and luckily with the ski we can already enter with speed and ride all the way through. Even so, it's a hard day, it's fast wave, it's on the shallow, but it's fun, we had fun.
So at the end of that wave, you pulled out a little early to do something tricky. What was that?
Yeah, because the first session I tried to maneuver a bit when I saw the sessions all down, and I just raced it down. And then it was just I saw that leap every time. I was like, I'm gonna try. And then suddenly, I just tried that flip because there was nothing else to really do,
Yeah, I love that. I just tried the flip. Kaoli, thanks a lot, man. I think that score is gonna be pretty good in the first round.
Cool.
Back to you guys, Joe and Liam.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much, Chris. It's always really good when we can get some of our riders when they come off the water and have a little chit chat and pick their bones a little bit, whether that's on competition or what they're doing outside of competition. So we will try and we will continue to keep the riders coming your way in between heats, and let us know who you want to see in the comments. We're all for it. But at the moment, you can see replay there of Zane when he just went down. Foil nearly breaching out of the water there, but this was his ride. Just carving, slicing and dicing every inch of that wave up. And you can see nearly losing it in that midsection, but then composes himself, gets back everything in line before going for the old alley-oop up in the air for the backflip. But we have Yuri Johannes and Hendrik Lopez in that blue helmet. Going to be up next. Hendrik is always a rider that wants to get his hands dirty when it comes to competition. He's always willing to do any super session. A great ambassador, a great athlete to have on tour. Hats off to you, Hendrik. But 30 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. And while we wait and watch Hendrik Lopez on your screen, any minute now, we're going to see that set wave come through and see Hendrik get up amongst it for his first wave.
Axel from Hood River, the youngster, absolutely smashing it in New Zealand, and I know he's been having a good time in the waves. Christopher, tell me how the week has gone.
Yeah, we started the week with really good conditions. We have some waves today, but the sets are slow, so I think Hendrick's on one to our left. Maybe not, I don't know.
Christopher, you and Axel are going up in the final heat of the day. I think they put you two in there because they knew that it was going to be the high scores of the day. What do you think about Axel?
Yeah, I like Axel a lot. He's super nice, super good on the water. I was just riding with him yesterday at Cape Beach, so super fun.
So speaking of Kite Beach, we rode there yesterday for really the first time, and what are your thoughts, and are you glad that it went down at Ponta Preta?
Yeah, Kite Beach is pretty frustrating, especially with the foil. There's a lot of seaweed and pretty light wind. I think we got really lucky with conditions. It was super fun.
All right, thanks, young man. Have a good heat. So you heard it from one of the riders there that it really did seem to work itself out to ride at Ponta Preta. Like, everybody had a good time last week. So good. We had epic conditions on the kite as well as the wing, and we did not have to go with Kite Beach. So thank you, Ponta Preta.
So you can see there just our jet ski rider just taking a little bit of a chill pill out there because it is completely flat at the moment. So really are in between these set waves. And Hendrick's just waiting patiently for it to kick up and get roaring. Because we've seen some really nice sets come through today. And the waves are definitely there. But as Joe previously mentioned, every sort of 6 to 7 minutes we're seeing that set come in. So a little bit of a patience game, a little bit of a waiting game. But nonetheless, we're still out here having fun and grooving and cruising around. Enjoying every moment down here in Cape Verde. What a place to be. It really is a water sports paradise. You know, pretty good wind. Very good waves. And we've been at Ponta Preta for the whole event. There was the talk, there was the possibility that we were going to fire ourselves over to Kite Beach if the waves weren't booting off. But Ponta Preta delivered for us from start to finish. So we've been out here since the 17th of March. And then following this amazing tour stop that we have in the waves, we'll be going over to Leucate in France for the surf freestyle and free fly slalom. And that is literally only a couple of weeks away from now, so 2 weeks. But, you know, these riders have full focus on this competition so far. And it's Hendrik Lopez on your screen now, dropping in. After a patient wait, here he is. So, pumping through this section, getting some momentum, getting some speed. Nice big carving turn there. Rail-to-rail action from Hendrik Lopez as he starts to enter the midsection of this wave. Wanting to pump through as it starts to close out, going for the air maneuver. But not being able to stomp it. And what you don't sort of get an idea for at home is just how close these riders are to the stony rocks that are here at Ponta Preta. And that is probably the reason why Hendricks just backed out of that one and went for that maneuver at the end, because it was very, very shallow. If he wasn't up on the foil sure would be scraping along the stones. But that's a score there for Hendrik. Be pleased to have got that one, and you can see there jet ski rider just coordinating everything with Yuri, who is going to be up next, because this is the set that's come through now. We can get a few of our riders done and dusted for their first wave attempts. And it's Yuri here just keeping hold on that line. Doesn't want to drop into that one just yet. But it's looking like a little wave is forming behind. Definitely coming towards the back end of this set now. But let's wait and see as Yuri Johannes now dropping in for his first wave. Scores on the doors are Zane with the 6.12, Hendrik with the 4.16, and Yuri now getting involved in his first wave, going for the air. And then just going down. Not able to continue on that wave. And we now have all three of our riders having their first wave attempt. So all three now just to have the one remaining. So just looking over from the booth here, we do have a perfect spot here at Ponta Preta. Me and Joe really are treated when it comes to, you know, having the best view in the house. We can see on the horizon, we have our foot well and truly on the grounds here at Ponta Preta, and we can see on your screens that it's going to be Zane Schweitzer for his second wave, and it's really starting to shape up quite nicely now. Nice looking set coming in, as you can see on your screens. What a spot, what a location. We're able to do a competition like this, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much better than Cape Verde here with the Ponta Preta, and there's a nice set coming his way. So it does look like Zane is going to be able to get in on one of those set waves. They are taking quite a time in between sets, but it also looks like we are going to get ready, as we can see that down there on the beach we have Tom Hartman, who's there with Chris, and Tom, the tour manager here of the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour.
We are here at Ponta Preta. We are doing the tow foil competition today. I'm checking in with tour manager Tom Hartman. Tom, how has the week gone? Why don't you give us a little recap?
It's been an awesome week. I mean, I think we couldn't have wished for any better conditions. We've been kicking off right on a swell, wind, waves for the first couple of days, and we've been pushing hard as we saw the forecast that the wind going to get a bit lighter in the middle of the week, that we finish both the kite and the wingfoil within 5 days, which I would have not thought we'd be able to do, because the wave heats are long, and you know, I was calculating at the minimum of 6, rather 7 days of competition. We've been doing in 5, but it paid off. I mean, we got stoked. We kicked off right Friday, Saturday with amazing kiting. The beach was packed. The atmosphere was crazy. I've never seen so many people in Ponta Preta, and having the 3 local boys on top has been the cherry on the cake, I would say, for them. And yeah, and then we right on straight away went into the wingfoil competition, and I mean, this was the first pure wave event of the Wingfoil World Tour, and we were all not sure what we're going to see. A lot of people were saying, you can't wing in Ponta Preta, we need to go to another spot, and I think we all proved the world that, yeah, it's doable, and the boys and the girls had put on an amazing show here. It reminded me a bit of the good old windsurf days here, you know, seeing people getting on the rocks, still winning a heat. You know, it's been a good battle out there, and I think it was like pushing the wave wingfoiling into the next level now. And I think we're going to see more and more people, and these boys especially, and the girls, attacking waves like this around the world. You know, pure surfing waves that you would surf on a shortboard, and go in there with a wingfoil. And yeah, and then we had a super session, which was also actually very interesting for me to see, because we, especially in the wingfoiling and the kiting, we were doing a best air super session, like trying to push the riders to do things they maybe wouldn't try in the heats usually, and to see where the progression can go. And Machu pulled off a backflip, a back loop into the wave on the kite, which we didn't see in the heats, but amazing. And also the wing boys and girls, you know, as in the competition, the surfing form, it's pure surfing, so it's not really allowed to do airs wing assistant. They need to have it on the surf handle. And here we saw what they can do on the wave in terms of airs. And I think it opened also their mind and the eyes of the riders that actually, we can try those things on the waves, also in the heat. So in the next, I guess in the next wave competition we're going to see in Rio, we're going to have more air game also on the wing side. Yeah, and then now the wind is down, but we got another swell. And again we are in Ponta Preta, and we're running a surf competition with towing. I did that in New Zealand already. And we want to, you know, build that up and probably integrate it in all our wave foil events. If there's no wind, that we're gonna run a tour in surf foil in New Zealand. It was an amazing show. There was a lot of people on the beach, and here obviously Ponta Preta is something that you wouldn't see surf foilers usually, and that's where we are right now.
Well, let's talk about progression. Just last week, I mean, at every dinner table, at lunch, everybody was concerned about could the wingers go at Ponta. And it's just been almost historical. Like, you hear about these legendary windsurfing contests that Angulo was the first one to come over and compete in, and we got Kali Saeed, the 3-time world champion, who was also a really historical figure on the island. But now it's like, it feels like people are going to be talking about this contest and how the men and women just went crazy in the big waves at Ponta Preta. Like, this opens up the wave tour possibilities for all over the world. Like, I mean, I don't think you could have asked for anything more. Like, what other stops are you guys thinking about?
Yeah, we're going to do 2 more at least this year. It's going to be in Rio, in Brazil, and in Morocco, in Dakhla. We did already an event in Dakhla 2 years ago, which was the surf freestyle format, but we ran it as a pure wave format, as it was only riding. Dakhla is definitely, I would say, more suitable foiling wave. It's a bit slower. It's a long right-hand point break, and it's a good prone foil wave too. So Dakhla is definitely going to be similar to here. As I said, a bit more mellow waves. And Rio, well, Rio, I don't know. I mean, I've been in Rio. I haven't been riding myself there, but there's plenty of spots, and it's more beach break style. And I think it's the variety also want to show. It's not that wave winging is only waves like Ponta Preta. The abilities are to go in breaks that you usually wouldn't surf. And I think we want to have a good spectrum of different conditions to crown the wave world champion in the end of the year.
Well, let's talk about what's upcoming. Next stop on the GWA side of thing is Le Cat. So I want to talk a little bit about progression and how we're looking for some new stuff out there. What are the judges thinking on the freestyle side?
Yeah, well, freestyle, we had an event in New Zealand already, and we saw progression in a way. I mean, but still, that we've been discussing with the athletes. We probably want to see more progression and want to change the judging format in a way that we're gonna give more reward to people with innovation. And because we don't want to see, now it's getting to the point like everybody can do backflips, front flips, 720s, and they are perfecting it and it looks good, but obviously that's not the end. We want to see, I don't know, doubles, we want to see whatever, and this is going to be more rewarded in the future.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. I like how there's potential talk of raising the scores a little bit for innovation stuff. Is that what they're thinking of, or? Yeah,
exactly. That's the idea, to push it and motivate competitors to show innovation in a heat. We have to give additional points to this kind of tricks. So at the moment you have a trick list and you have certain base scores, but it would mean that if athletes show tricks that are not on the trick list so far, haven't been seen yet in a competition, we'll get the multiplier and we'll get more points. Like the execution would obviously be, let's say, if you would score the 4 because it's an innovation trick, it could be a factor of 1.25 and give you another point extra. So it doesn't mean that you win just because you're innovative, but you still need to make it clean and powerful, and style is obviously one of the main criteria in the freestyle. But yeah, we want to push them and to move on and not stop.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the top freestyle guys can definitely add some tricks to what they're doing now. I think what they've done is they've kind of gotten used to scoring real high on certain tricks. So to them, in a way, they're like, well, innovation is risky for us because that if we don't land that 1080 or that double backflip, we get no points. But we'll see. I like the idea of adding some type of 1.25 or whatever it's going to be. But last question, let's talk about the racing side of things and how that's changing.
Yeah, that's an interesting one too. As you saw, we kind of renamed our format now to the free fly slalom because we really want to focus on the downwind aspect and the free fly aspect. We are moving a bit away from the traditional way of doing races. It still has a start and a finish line, obviously, and you're going to go together. But within the course, a certain percentage of the course, like in New Zealand, we had a couple of courses with more than 50% free fly elements. That means that more than half the course you were not allowed to use the wing power. Obviously, it needs to be done in the right locations, and we want to focus on a good show, and we want to keep it. The course is compact. It's not going to be really long legs, so it's not that much depending on the speed component, on what kind of fast foil you have. But it's more about the skill of the riders. So we want to add technical elements when it's flat water, we did a couple of courses in New Zealand with kind of triangles that you need to round in the best way you can do. with tacks and jibes, but the main element will be the free fly section, or several free fly sections. And the ability that a foil can do that you can't do on a fin, that you cannot see in windsurfing and you cannot see in kite racing either, that you're using the power of the foil to pump or use the swell to move through the course. And you could see that the guys have, or girls too, have very different techniques. And especially the boys from Maui that I used to do a lot of down, you could see how strong they were on the free fly sections in New Zealand, reading the ocean well, knowing which bumps to use, and using less energy and being less exhausted, because some of the boys came out of the course in New Zealand out of breath. They couldn't talk a word because they would been working so hard on the course. And yeah, if you ride it smart, you can save that energy.
Yeah, it's really interesting because it's almost moving away from the race foils and the unobtainium stuff, which sometimes on the kite racing thing we saw that it got a little too techy. But now, from the way it's been described to me, is that it's almost, we're trying to do like a type of downwind racing with the wings, which is super appealing because the downwind stuff is growing everywhere. Like in Hood River, everybody wants the downwind now. So I think this new way of thinking about the racing side and being willing to make changes is super cool.
No, absolutely. As I said, it's a format that you wouldn't be able to do without a foil. So we want to make use of that, and the discipline, and people shouldn't misunderstand that. It's not real racing what we do. The name is free fly, and a lot of people ask, what is free fly? Free fly means you don't use power of the wing, you just use the power of the ocean by pumping or using the swells, using the bumps in the right way. And the foils got very efficient now. On flat water, you can see people now, everybody can pump. A few years ago, you would see just the top guys and everybody was wondering how can they dock start, how can they pump on flat water. With the foils nowadays, everybody is able to do that, nearly.
Almost everybody. I'm still learning.
Me too.
All right, thanks boys. We're gonna send it back to you, Liam and Joe, but thank you for the update, Tom. An amazing event. Ponta Preta has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, boys. Brilliant conversation there, getting the ins and the outs there from our tour manager out there with Chris. Yeah, really cool to hear what is happening, where it's going, and what more are we going to be seeing.
Oh, I really enjoyed that conversation there, Joe. I had my feet up and, just enjoying this sort of a little bit of the behind the scenes knowledge when it comes to the tour itself. And obviously we spend a lot of time with Tom, and we know where the tour is going, and some of the spots that we want to go and view, and the change of the name from surf slalom over to free fly slalom. So, the tour is changing in only good and positive ways, and it's exciting to be a part of the journey, and very much looking forward to what the rest of this year and the future holds for, the GWA and the GKA, because as you probably saw as well, we didn't really miss too much action out there. The sets, it really has sort of mellowed itself out a little bit, so let's keep all our fingers, all our toes crossed for the, remaining afternoon, the final day here at Ponta Preta. What a day, what a time, and yeah, very, very enjoyable to watch these riders go out there and showcase what they can do without having the power of the wing. So Hendrik Lopez there on your screen. There's a few little lumps and bumps out there. And you can see Hendrik Lopez there just engaging. And there we are. There's the crew just chilling out. Matthew Lopez, there he is, the kitesurf champion. All the Ponta Preta spots. But it's Hendrik Lopez now, front and center on your screen, just carving nicely, putting a nice starting turn there. Just linking it all together, going through this flat section. Waves have most definitely dropped off. When we first got here, it was pumping. But it's just filtered down a little bit, got a little bit quiet. But Hendrik Lopez still making the most of this one. And getting absolutely eaten up in the shallows there. That is why you wear the helmet. That is why you've got a lid on.
Yeah, Hendrik's landing literally upside down there on that one, going for the air. I think that was those dance moves last night, mate.
You can always count on Hendrix to throw down when it comes to the dance floor. And it's very enjoyable to watch. You don't really know what you're going to get, especially when he's up there on the wing, because that's where he's having fun and he's really enjoying every moment, every time, every minute on the water. But just looking at some of those scores now, we've got Zane up in first position with an 8.74. Hendrik with that 4.26 and Yuri Johannes with the 1.82. So Zane with 2 rides. Hendrik, that was a second ride. And then it's just Yuri to go now. So, we're out here. We're ticking through. We are ticking through slowly because the sets have become less frequent. But nonetheless, we're still here. We're vibing. We're enjoying it. And, we've got an afternoon of competition on our hands.
Yes, we certainly do. And coming up next after this heat, we are going to have out there in the water is going to be Benoit Carpentier, Gregorio Pugliese, and Noah Anguro. But there I can see it looks like Chris has a Bo and Matthew Lopez down there to have a little chat.
We can talk about the party last night. Hi, I have Bo van der Linden from the Netherlands. She was 3rd place on the women's pure wave side on the wing. And then I have Matthew Lopes, number 1 on the podium of the all Cabo Verdean absolutely insane kite event. I'm just checking in. It was the awards party last night. What time did you guys go to bed?
I went around 1:30, something like this. I was quite tired and I was also a little drunk by then. But absolutely fun. It was absolutely fun. Everybody danced and it was absolutely... Did you dance?
I danced.
Yeah? It was fun? Yeah. Everybody was doing the local dance, Afro thing there. It was super fun. A lot of people, good vibes. My father was there also for the ceremony. It was pretty cool. I had so much fun.
Man, that's the thing. This is my first time to Cabo Verde, and it's just amazing, the family vibe here. At the finals in the kite, when everyone was running down and it was you and me too, that was amazing. It makes you misty, you know what I mean? How did that feel, being from Cabo Verde and beating me too, and you're the champion, man?
Man, at the beginning, it's hard to believe because, as I said, I grew up with him. I looked up to him, and he's such an inspiration for me, and also unbelievable, great guy out of the water, in the water. He's always hyped. He's always good vibes. It's insanely difficult to see this guy out of this kind of mood. So every time you see him, it's like sun is shining. It's super nice. And then going to water with him, I knew he's really good. I knew he's gonna go for something strategical and stuff. I tried to keep my head cold, and you know what? I was a couple times. I was remembering this the other day. A couple times I was going out, I saw 2 turtles. One, and then I saw another one. I said, this guy is gonna give me luck. And I was just thinking about it, you know what, it is for real like this. But yeah, I came on top. Mito's absolutely a legend. He's ripping, even on the 40s, and I respect him so much. And always learning, my friend, always learning, always pushing each other in the water with him, with Mito. With Mito, with Ayrton, James, and all the other guys. Everybody is ripping, and this wave is absolutely insane, And glad to be part of it. Glad to be here today, and glad everybody make this happen. Couldn't be any better.
Congratulations, champ.
Thank you, man.
Man. So, Bo, is this your first time to Cabo Verde?
This is definitely my first time. I've really enjoyed it. The wave is crazy cool. And I think I've actually improved on my dancing skills as well last night. Not only my wave riding skills. Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it here. And yeah, excited for the tow foiling. I haven't surfed here or towed here yet. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, this could be the first time ever that anyone has tow foiled Ponta. What do you think, Macho?
I think it'd be cool, bro.
Looks like that's
There's some waves coming. I see somebody on the wave there. It could be very fun to make some long lines. Normally you got some surfers. The waves is not big right now, but it is fun, you know, so it could be cool.
So we have a very important question for you, both Bo and I. I heard a rumor that Me Too said, and I'm pretty sure we got it on camera, that he would compete on the wing side next year.
I will try to. I will ask my sponsor see if I can get one board, couple wings, and then when it's very light, when it's just go and ride a little bit. It is fun. I really enjoy it. I used to wingfoil a little bit, only just for cruising, to disconnect from kite surfing and stuff. And I have a lot of fun, and I respect what these guys are doing. They rip and all the tricks and the lines they draw on the waves. Even though I'm a big fan of getting barreled, like sometimes it's good also to try new things and learn, and yeah, learning every day. But next year I'll probably try to. I'll be so sick. For sure Ayrton will, and other guys also. I don't know.
Okay, we heard it. So Duotone and F1, send those kits to Me Too and the boys. I know the Duotone guys back in the US, and I'm gonna hammer them. But Bo, I wanna talk to you a little bit more. This was the first Pure Wave event. How was that?
It was amazing. In the other competitions we always had to do some freestyle as well, and I just in the beginning of the heat would get rid of the freestyle tricks, get a good score, and then concentrate on waves, and it was nice to just concentrate on one thing. And I think it was the best spot ever to start with this new discipline. The wave is so cool. I was a bit frightened of the rocks in the beginning, but nothing to be scared of, just have to smash the waves.
Yeah, that's what happened. So a couple times earlier in the week, a bunch of the wingers were training during the kite competition up at Alibaba, and people would come in on the rocks, and how was that?
The waves were huge. I think we were out with 7 people, and like 4 people got totally smashed and all their gear broke, but I survived. I rode some big waves, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about that too.
I think it's part of the game. You come here, you want to ride on such a special place, such a good wave, you gotta risk it a little bit, and to get also the real adrenaline, the taste, and the thing. And even though it wasn't so big, so
yeah,
it can be bigger, so it's further outside, and if you understand the trick where if you fall, how you do it, and even to enter on the beach break, because you can be here, you're having absolutely the best time of your life for a moment, and then you're going out on that beach break to make it to the beach, and you break everything like they used to do with windsurf. And or even that you're gonna try to go in and you break everything before you go in. So it's just about understanding, get the rhythm, get to know the place, come here, spend some time. People is very welcoming, food is good, good weather. Just come by. It's gonna be cool.
Well, congratulations again, Machu. What an amazing kite competition that was. Like, it really was awesome for all of us to see all you guys. And Bo, congratulations on the podium and the first in the waves. And we're gonna continue on with the tow stuff, and I'm gonna send it back to Joe and Liam.
Thanks a lot, boys and girls. Yeah, great to catch up with Matthew and Bo. I am going to laugh at that 1 o'clock. I think his watch must have been broken, mate.
No, he was throwing down last night, Matthew. But at the moment, we're on round 1, heat number 3 of the tow-in surf foil comp here. Benoit Carpenter, Gregorio Puglisi, and Noah Angulo. Those are your 3 riders up next, Joe.
Yeah, obviously Benoit Carpentier, he has got second place over here on the overall of the wingfoiling wave discipline. Then also he is a world champion SUP wave rider. So when it comes to surfing, this guy definitely knows what he's doing. And we are now currently in heat number 3 out of 5 heats of the men. And then we have one heat of the ladies, excuse me. So that is what is going to be going down today. So coming up next after these boys, we are going to be seeing out there on the water is going to be Wesley Brito and Miso Fernandez, and then Axel Gerard and Chris McDonald. And then on the ladies, we are going to have Elena Moreno, Nia Suarez, Flora Asnier, and Bowen van der Linden. So those are the players, those are the athletes that are going to be going out there on the water, as we are just about ready to go. And it looks like the first up is going to be Benoit Carpentier. All right, well, there we can see some of the boys getting ready. There's Chris himself out there with his dad, also our co-commentator, Chris McDonald. Great to have him here on the stream, doing an absolute killer of a job down there on the beach interviews. And there's the jet ski getting ready as well, as we are starting to go in heat number 3. Benoit Carpentier from France is going to be the first athlete to be coming our way. As we just saw, at the moment it is Zane Schweitzer who has the highest score of the day with a high 8. So that is going to be a hard one to beat. And there we can see it looks like even some waves starting to break out in the middle of the competition area as we continue on. But meanwhile, we are just waiting for the groove, waiting for the waves to come our way here for this heat 3 of round 1 of the F1 tow-in surfoil competition.
Looks like that's Benoit. He got second place on the wing side, so let's see what he can do. He's going to ride super tight into the rocks. Nice big swooping turn.
All right, so nice, calm and collected style on the way down here. Benoit Carpentier here on this wave.
Still going. Yeah, Benoit with a nice ride there. We are on heat 3 right now. Looks like he might actually pump back out for one more. Yeah, this is going to be a high score for the Frenchman, Benoit Carpentier, the starboard free wing rider. Pumps way out, gets another fun one. He's just going to cruise on in. Heart rate's a little high right now.
And Benoit here on this wave just continually, he's going to be getting a few as he is just pumping away, starting to enjoy his first ride. And he's going to be making it all the way out there. And Benoit, wow, really going for a long pump to see if he can make it out to the back, but decides against it. And that is going to be his first wave. We are going to be waiting to see the scores that come in. And a little replay of that last one. You can see just pure longboard style, cruising and perusing all the way down to the very end here. Great wave from Benoit Carpentier. And then this is where he started to pump and go back. And some of the boys give him a little splash as well. So great ride in there from him. And coming up next is going to be Gregorio Pugliese. All right, so here we can see Gregorio Pugliese coming straight at us here on this little inside roller. Very nice wave here for the Italian. Oh, ollies it up. So starting to mix it around, getting on the top, so he's very close to those rocks. But this one is going all the way along. Gregorio Pugliese. Nice wave there from him. All right, let's have a little look-see at the replay of that last wave. Here we have Gregorio all the way down. Nice set wave. Decent size. And a little bit of a hop here, a little bit of an ollie as he makes his way down. The guys are just having fun out here. You know, the big part of the competition is done, where we saw our winners, Wesley Brito and Muna White, take the World Championship here in Cape Verde. And now in this second discipline here, we had also the super sessions where we saw Titois and Bowen van der Linden take the win. And now just enjoying a little bit of toe-in surfing here for this final day. Some of the crowd coming down there, you can see. Enjoying the show. The boys out there got the music pumping, starting to have a little bit of a vibe. As we continue on with the F1 toe-in surf foil competition down here, Ponta Preta. All right, so looking like Noah Angulo there, just starting to get ready to see if he can go out on a nice set wave. Noah Angulo, local from Cape Verde, the son of the great Josh Angulo, a world-famous windsurfer, one of the guys that actually put Ponta Preta on the map. I think all of us have seen back in the days of the historical windsurf competitions where these guys were flying through and flying over the break of Ponta Preta. And here, younger protege joining us for the first time on the GWA Wingfoil World Tour, and it actually does look like he is looking for something over in the middle of the competition area, and I reckon he might find it. All right, so it does look like Noah has gone all the way over to the left, and there is some energy out there. So it does look like he is probably going to be able to take off on one of these set waves. Now we are talking. As he is trying to make his way going, it looks like, yep, here we go. It does look like there is a wave going to be breaking in. So is he going to be taking off? Yeah, there he goes. All right, Noah on this left-hander all the way down the competition area. Great wave. Nice selection, and he's going to be riding this one all the way in. Completely different angle than the judges have seen. He's got an air on it over there as well, and he's going to be getting a couple more open face hacks. So good selection there from Noah as we continue on So now it's going to be wave attempt number 2 for Benoit Carpentier. And there we see the replay of that last wave there from Noah Angulo. Good selection, taking it all the way off to the left. And we are just waiting for Benoit Carpentier as he is going to be making his way next. All right, well, there it is. So Benoit Carpentier looks like he is ready to rumble as getting attached to the tow rope. And he is going to be going out for his second wave. 2 waves. Best wave counts for each one of these athletes. And it's going to be the top score out of all of the heats is going to be declared the winner here of the F1 towing wing surfing foil. Wing surfing, it's all happening. All happening down here. As I can also see a couple of people starting to pump up the wingfoil. So, yep, the F1 towing surf foil competition down here, Ponta Preta. And as it stands, it is Zane Schweitzer leading so far. All right, well, there it is. Gregorio Pugliese. This is turning out like a very nice wave all the way over on the right-hand side. Liam, welcome back. It looks like Gregorio's got a good one here.
Yeah, he's really picked and chosen a good wave here as he's starting to come in front of our booth now. Just working through it, but let's see if he can link that one up behind as we start to see just a few of the crowds just getting in towards the perfect spot. They're going to perk themselves on those rocks and just enjoy the rest of the show, Joe.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than front row seats here at Ponta Preta. You're pretty much, as you can see the riders there, those rocks is almost where you sit down and watch this wave. You're about 10 meters away, and it is great to see them doing the action right in front of us here. As we can see, that was the last one there from Gregorio Pugliese, and here we can see the repeat of that last wave.
Yeah, linking the turns together nicely, just pumping through that little section there just to get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of speed, and then linking the turns nicely together here before gaining a little bit of speed before thinking, I'm all right, I want to catch the one behind. And then you can see here, this is that second wave and goes down. Don't know if he hit maybe a rock there with the foil, but nice ride there for the Italian who's on your screen now, just having a moment to relax and re-energize.
All right, and that looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that's the turn number 3. So that's going to be Noah Angulo. He got a wave all the way over to the left on that last one. It looks like he's quite far out. Do you reckon he's going to be doing something similar?
Yeah, he's really in a different spot to all the other riders when they've been catching their waves. But, you know, he's a local here as well. So I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to question his choices of wanting to catch the waves out there, because he will definitely know more than I do when it comes to this spot here at Ponta Preta. We've spoken about it time and time again throughout both the kite and the wing competitions. When it, we refer to experience and wave selection. Those are 2 massive factors here, and the podiums clearly have proven that with a as Chris mentioned, the Cape Verdean fleet in the kite surfing side, and then over on the wing foiling, Wesley Brito on the male taking the win. So they've been busy. They have been busy on the podiums, and no angle there on your screen yet to drop into any wave on the left-hand side there. It pretty much couldn't be any flatter on that section. It's like wakeboard weather out there at the moment, Joe.
It is as flat as a pancake out there at the moment. Sets are taking a long time to make their way through, and we are just hoping that maybe it will start to get a little bit more frequent, because when the waves do come in, they are absolutely ripping, but they're having a very hard time. And I can see Noah flying across our screen here, as it does look like there's a set making his way.
And here we go, dropping in on, a pretty small looking wave here, but let's see how it peels up. Let's see how it opens up as Noah there. Just flat line in this section, not really anything on that wave. However, there's a nice little forming roller, which he chooses to catch now. So again, working this section and linking the two waves together, but again, not really sort of carving and dicing up this section. Just chilling. I mean, it makes it look so easy out there. They're just enjoying being on the water.
Yeah, no, I mean, they are just having fun down there. But talking about someone who has the stoke and has the vibes, it looks like we're going to go down to the beach because Chris is there with Zane Schweitzer.
I'm here with Zane Schweitzer from Maui, Hawaii. Zane, first of all, did you get any sleep last night?
The Cape Verdeans really take the dancing seriously around here, and we had a lot of fun at the closing ceremony. It was one of the more rowdy dance floors I've ever experienced.
Yeah, we saw some videos of Zane absolutely hucking himself doing backflips on the dance floor, and I know Zaniac, you're an amazing dancer and love to have fun, but tell me what's going on today.
So today we're doing another tow foil session, just like in New Zealand. With the extra time we have, it's really cool to be able to utilize this amazing break and do some riding to display a different format of foiling. Foil surfing assisted by the jet ski. And so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a race for the waves today, whoever gets the right wave. And so it's a little bit on and off, but when they come, the waves are amazing. And such an epic spot to foil, despite, so many people seeing it as a great challenging wave to foil. It really shows that what we could do in a fast, hollow wave on a foil surfer.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting week. I mean, I'm going to use the word historical because we didn't even know if we were even going to be able to run at Punta. And so what they do for this, when they have two competitions, for example, we had both kite and wing here. So they have a longer window. They have 10 days for this event to run. So we're basically in what we call bonus time. So what the GWA is exploring these new potential disciplines. And in this case, we're at beautiful Ponta Preta, and we are doing a tow-in foil contest. Zane, I'm going to let you know right now, you're sitting in first place.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
So Zane did really well on the wing side as well, ended up on the podium there. I talked to him afterwards, and you looked a little bit disappointed that you didn't come out on top, but maybe it'll happen on the foil side.
Oh, man, I definitely was beating myself a little bit. I really wanted to be in that final. Wing foiling in the surf is kind of more my forte for the sport of wing foiling. So, but regardless, I'm super stoked, really grateful to be up on the podium and to just be here and experience this event where we're pioneering this new format.
Yeah, it's been pretty exciting for sure. I have a feeling that there's a lot of surfers out there, old windsurfers, kiters, etc., that are saying oh my gosh, this could be like a second career for us, wing foiling in the surf. Because, or even just on the tow foil side, that could become a whole tour. Because there's tons of guys on Maui that would love to compete in this. What do you think? We might have some more boys from the islands coming?
Oh, I would love to see more of our friends and community from Hawaii and Australia, New Zealand. There's so many places in the world that actually focus on tow foiling or wing foiling just in the waves. And so I think there's a lot of excitement right now, Chris, with that the newly introduced format. And as you mentioned, if they continue to do this tow surf
division, I think it'll bring more people in as well. You know, even here we have guys like Mizo Fernandez who are also more core surfers. And so to see the guys who are more focused in the waves come and show us what they got with the wing and show us what they got toe foiling, it's super exciting.
Yeah, it's been interesting because a lot of times on the traditional GWA side where it's freestyle, there's 5-6 guys that can win a contest. But what was crazy, Zane, is when I started to look at who was coming to this event, out of 32 riders, there were 25 that no problem could have won this. So what we're seeing today is you do have Mizu and Wesley still going. But right now, Zane's in front. He's looking to be on top of the podium. I know you'd be stoked, and that might actually motivate some guys from Hawaii if they see you winning the toe foil. But Zane, is there anyone you want to thank for getting you here?
Oh, I definitely would love to send a big mahalo, first and foremost, to my Ohana, my beautiful wife, Kimberly, and of course, Free Wing, Starboard, Laird Apparel. Wouldn't be able to do these travels without them. And of course, the GWA, all the judges, the staff, the commentators. You know, it's been such a pleasure to be a part of the GWA. And honestly, my competitive fire for this sport is lit. And I'm super excited for the race on the world title.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Zane is like one of these guys that we really want more on tour. There's really only one rider from the US, Christopher McDonald, and it's like, I know we can get the Maui boys. So what I want you to do is go back and get Cash and Mateo, and I'm sure there's 10 other, what about Kai? Do you think we can? Kane, the legend downwind.
Austin Kalama. Oh my gosh, I mean, there's such a handful. Jack Ho, you got Mateo L. You have so many guys that are just pushing the limits in the sport of foiling. You even have some of the older guys too, like you know, you have guys like Dave Kalama, you have guys like Archie Kalepa, you have guys like Nick Bennett. Man, there's so many guys who are really just I think the level of foil surfing in Hawaii is so high, and to not see them here is kind of a shame. So I'm definitely going to go back, show them videos, show them the format, and I think that already they're like thinking, man, we should have been there.
See, we're already calling you out, Kai. You need to come. Like, it's going to be so sick. This is right up his alley, too. Like, at Maui Kite and Wing Fest, he just had a ball coming out and riding with all the Groms, you know? Like, Cash, you should have been here, man. You would have done really well. You too, Mateo, but I'm sure Sail GP was fun. Anyways, so Zane, I'm pumped for you, brother. It's been a really fun time hanging out, you know, New Zealand and here, and I'm gonna miss you in Lacat, but cheers to you. I hope you hang on and win this one, and congratulations, bro.
Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate it, and hopefully see you guys from Morocco and Brazil at the following surf format events with the GWA.
All right, back to you, Joe and Liam.
Thank you, boys. Great to catch up there with Zane Schweitzer, who is in the lead, as Chris said there, and really cool to see the things that he had to say down. And also, yes, definitely we want to see the Maui boys, the Hawaiian, the Australians, the New Zealanders, everybody out here getting the tour bigger and better. It's so cool to see these new formats and these new characters come into the family.
Yeah, bring them all over. Let's get them all involved in the comps, because you know, that's what we want to see. We want to see new faces join the tour and keep, you know, continue to push the boundaries.
Yes, we are. And but while we're pushing those boundaries, because you know those boundaries can push back, we're going to have a short commercial break.
CV Móvel. Estamos ligados.
Dođu te sigurunja spasu Cu fake perfil po care șarastu Majorura kimbo shewe karikosu Dezi menino que o leva
Qu'est-ce qui t'en parle à la vie de la game?
And welcome back, everybody. Here we go again as we continue to fire through the competition. We are currently working our way through this toe foot foil session. And as we previously mentioned, we've currently got Zane just sitting in that first position. But some more faces, some more riders to come onto your screens. And boom, there they are. Here we go. Round 1, heat number 4. Wesley Brito against Mizo Fernando Noves coming out of Brazil. So, two very, very talented riders when it comes to running a foil, and our champion is also going to be in the water.
Yeah, Wesley definitely numero uno here, but Mizu Fernandez, he is one of the guys that has really been pushing the surfing side of wingfoiling and does a lot of toe-in surfing himself. So going to be interesting out there. And there we can see Mr. Black Mamba himself getting ready to rumble. Let's see what his first wave is going to look like, as it is looking like there's maybe a set going to be coming his way.
Yep, it's looking like there's a little bit of motion out there in the water. So Wesley Brito now on your screens, just communicating there with the ski and picking and choosing what wave he wants to catch. One of the bigger guys on tour, but boy oh boy does he shred, and we've seen that as he is our champion at this first wave spot ever for the GWA. And yeah, Wesley, one of those riders as well that threw down last night. He had his dancing shoes on for about, I'd say, a good 8 hours, Joe, yesterday.
He was definitely not messing around, and he was cooking with gas and nitros out there, I can tell you that. But it was, yeah, very good to see all of the boys and the girls just having a good time. Like we say, this is not a collection of athletes. It is a family, and that is what the GWA and the GKA is about. And it is also really nice to come to a location where we had both of the tours underneath one roof, and in this case Ponta Preta been proving us proud, and even looking like there's a little bit of wind starting to come up here. Might be able to get a little kite in ourselves later, mate.
I wouldn't say no to a little session later, you know, get the hair wet a little bit and get the kite in the air. But Wesley Brito here is making use of the conditions with the no wind, and that's just showing you and us here the possibilities of, you know, what foiling is all about. You know, you can go out on the windy days, but also, you know, you can go for a little tow if you've got access to a ski, but also that dock starting as well. If you've got a dock and you can just, you know, pump and glide on anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's one of the beauties here of foiling. There's so many different possibilities. And it looks like Wesley's having a little chat to the guy on the jet ski, just so he knows what's happening. I reckon Wesley could probably make that jet ski not be able to go forward. He is a beast himself. And just having a little look-see across the stream booth, it does look like the waves are very flattening out, but there seems to be a little bit of a set coming his way.
Yeah, it's, he's probably, looks like he might be just slapping the old wrist on that jet ski driver, saying, come on, boy, let's get going. I want to get on the wave. Because there's a few lines out there. Definitely a few lines out there, and you can see just at the moment Wesley on quite far left of the competition area. But, you know, he knows it better than I do. He knows where to go and to find the little golden nuggets, to find that needle in a haystack. Wesley Brito against Mizo Fernando in round 1, heat number 4 of this towing. And there we have the view from above. So you can see the amazing location. We really are treated here, and I'm enjoying every minute of being out here in Cape Verde. First time for me, and looking forward to hopefully coming back again next year.
Yeah, we had the Minister of Tourism yesterday and the prize given, and he was saying very positive things. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Let's not forget they had a full Cape Verdean podium also on the kite surfing, where we saw, you know, the likes of Machu Lopez on that top place. Then we had Mitu Monteiro in second, and third position Ayrton Cosolino. That is kind of, you know, that's the dream that a country would want, is the whole, you know, world championship, and that the full podium is of, you know, people that are from their own country. So I mean, it does not get better than that when it comes to promotion for the quality that they have of riders here in Cape Verde.
I'm here with Noah Angulo, who has had a great week. He comes from an obviously legendary family. He's probably sick of hearing that, but he definitely has some skills that have been passed down from his dad. But Noah just got a super fun wave over there, and unfortunately the judges said that it was too far out of the zone and they couldn't score it, but it looked like it was fun. Noah, tell me how it was to tow Ponta. Is this your first time towing here?
Yeah, it's definitely my first time towing, either foiling or surfing. It's actually my first time ever on a wave, but getting actually towed in. Yeah, I don't really care if they scored that wave came in on perfect timing, so either if they scored it or not, I'm still going to go for it. It was definitely a fun one.
Well, first time towing is pretty sweet, right? I had the opportunity to do it in New Zealand in pretty small waves.
There we can see already the jet ski. And yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome over here, Cape Verde, the stream. But I tell you what, it is time for you guys to spin around and get out there as we are going to get the waves here. And this is our competition area. You can see it. So yeah, just having a little hello here from Mr. Drone Man. Good afternoon. Bring a cold one next time you're coming along. And there it is. There is Ponta Preta. Look at that with a perfect set. That does in a better description than what you have there on screen.
No, it's just, this is the views that we want to see. I mean, amazing stuff. You can really see how that wave forms as well, even on these smaller days, that peeling off to the right-hand side where it hits the reef. And, I mean, this is one of the best wave spots in the world, and beautiful, beautiful sight there from above.
Looks like we got someone getting whipped in. Looks like Wesley Brito to me. This guy won earlier on the wingfoil side and does a huge carve. Oh my. Wesley absolutely in a pretty critical section. It looks like his patience has paid off here. He might have an air trick towards the end, but he's going to milk this one. Zane might be in a little bit of trouble. Here goes Wesley setting up for something.
Wesley really catching one of the better waves throughout this competition, actually. He's picked and chosen the right one. So the waiting, the patience that he had out the back there is worth it, but he is coming in shallow there. I mean, it looks,
That was very close. I don't know, he suddenly disappeared. But yeah, Wesley there, nice wave as you were saying. That is what I call riding it until the flats.
Maybe the foil hit the floor here, Joe. I'm not sure. Just
Yep, that was definitely I'm going to stop here. So, yeah, good to see the construction integrity of the duotone foils there. They can take a pounding.
Yeah, that looked he looks all good and ready to go again. I'm sure he's got a smile on his face, like he always does. Great character to have on tour. And he's up here. He's got his hands full with Mizo. So Mizo's going to be up next, looking for his wave, as you can see there on the screen, just sitting behind that jet ski. So give us another wave, Ponta Preta, so we can see these two athletes just carry on, providing the goods, showing the flow, showing the style, linking it all together. Never going to get fed up of these shots, though. This is home for the next few days as well. I mean, this is our last day of competition, but for us crew, most of us will be leaving on the 28th. And we've got a jam-packed calendar coming up. A lot of the crew here heading straight off to France for Lucat. And myself also going to France, but we start with the GKA Big Air. Lord of Trams. First Big Air stop in the kiting, sorry. And our Big Air riders are frothing to get going. So we have a wing event and a Big Air event coming up. And you'll be able to watch that Big Air event as well on the live stream. And it's looking now like some nice waves are starting to form. This is finally a set, but really nice looking wave here for Mizo. He's picked and chosen this one at the right time. Linking up some turns, looking to pump his way back onto the next wave behind. Real leg burner when you got to pump and drive through that foil. Mizo here. I mean, look at that. A perfect angle there, following our rider all the way down the line. As you can see, flatline in this section where the wave really speeds up. It's a very aggressive wave when it wants to be, and you can see there, very fast wave. And Mizo here just coming towards those final moments, those final stages, and really nicely linking those turns together all the way into the beach. That is going to be a fantastic wave for Mizo there. And I don't know if he's done either. He's keeping busy, pumping all the way out. And job done. There he goes. Beautiful stuff there from Miso.
That was a golden nugget for any of you who missed that, by the way. Easy might have a new nickname. Easy can stand as a professional pumper. All right, it looks like we got Wesley Brito with one more, and then he's behind him with one more, and then we'll finish out the men's side with the two, Axel and Christopher. Looks like we might be getting a little more consistent waves here, so.
So Wesley now just getting towed out to the back, waiting for those sets to come in. That is a fantastic view there of our rider and ski driver just mowing the lawn, waiting for those sets to come in.
Looks like we got some small movement on the water. Wesley might be dropping into one of these. Let's see if he lets go of that rope and slingshots in.
And looking here like Wesley is going to be dropping in onto this wave. But decides against that one. Good call there from Wesley, because that wave really hasn't done much. Nothing to scream and shout about, nothing to get out of your chair for there. And just on behind that ski, just waiting patiently. It's funny how much the conditions have changed throughout the day here. Actually, when we first rocked up to the beach, we were here down at about 11:30. And we had numerous surfers out there, and the waves were really, really nice. And then as the afternoon's gone on, it's done the opposite of what it's done the last few days, and during competition, it's actually dropped right off. And there is very, very minimal wind today. A little bit of an offshore breeze. But here he is, your current champion on the wave discipline. Wesley Brito is deciding to get involved in this wave. So here we go, Wesley Brito, just really nice top turn there as he continues to just filter his way down the line here on this wave. Really nice top turns there, getting nice and high on the lip of the wave as he continues to just cut the grass and mow the lawn on this one. Nicely done, keeping it together, but just losing out on the speed there. And unfortunately for Wesley, just going down, but picking and choosing off the right ways, Mr. Brito. And here is that last wave, a little replay of that last wave that Wesley caught. Linking the turns nicely, a little bit of rail-to-rail action there, getting nice and high on the lip of the wave, but you can see there just losing a little bit of control over the foil, not able to keep the momentum going. But very nice rhythm wave there from Wesley. And up next, we are going to see Miso Fernando.
Yeah, Wesley, another good section, and there we can see Miso just making his way out to the back, and it does look like there's some sets coming his way. Miso, obviously one of the more guys with the most experience when it comes to the surfing, and let's see what he can bring out for us. All right, so Misu waiting out the back there. There's a nice little wave just going by him there. So waiting to see if he can launch himself on one of these sections. He is definitely in the spot. And this is going to be his second wave. So Wesley has an 8.48 out there at the moment. And we are just waiting to see if Miso can get a better score than that. And also confirmation on who is the overall. Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm just double confirming this. It looks like Zane is going to be in first position and Wesley in second. Yeah, just got confirmation in there. So it is Zane Schweitzer is still in first position. Wesley Burrito in second there, as Zane has a high 8 and Wesley a bit of a middle, as we can see here, an 8.48. So Zane just slightly ahead and waiting out there patiently. We can see Miso Fernandez just getting ready for his second wave, which will be his last wave of the heat. Now we're talking a nice wave coming here for Miso. Look at this one. It is starting to open up very nicely. He's a little bit far out on the shoulder, but I reckon that's because he's going to link it up with this bottom section. So good ride in here from the Brazilian. Miso Fernandez all the way up, just cruising it down the line.
Yeah, the style, the flow, just linking it all together, really making the most of every inch on this wave, all the way down in towards the beach, and it's still going. It is still going for Miso. This is going to be a nice wave. This one is the wave, the little cherry on the top.
Yeah, it certainly is, and let's see if he can get a better score than that one from Zane. So waiting to see who is going to be in first position. Is that going to be better than the wave we just saw of Wesley Brito? We will soon find out, but talk about flow and style down the line here, Miso Fernandez.
Yeah, really nice replay showing here. That last wave, just linking it all together. Didn't really put a foot wrong on that wave there. Picked the right one, we saw it coming, a nice set, and it was definitely the best wave of that set. Didn't close out too early, wasn't super fast, but Miso Fernandez just really linking it all up and passing a few of the riders there in the water there, just giving a little wave. Hello, how are you doing? As he continued all the way into the shallows.
Yeah, and that will be the last wave of that heat. As coming up next, we are going to be seeing out there on the water, we are going to have two of the youngsters in heat number 5. Is going to be Axel Gerard going up against Christopher McDonald. So that is going to be the next heat that is going to be coming our way. And there they are. Axel Gerard, Christopher McDonald. The two youngsters are going to hit it out there on the water. And let's see how they do here in the F1 Towing Surf Foil competition. And welcome back, everybody, as there we can see Axel Gerard here on his first wave straight off the bat. Coming in next, we will also see Christopher McDonald. These are the two youngsters in this second to last heat. After this heat, we will have the women's heat going out there on the water, and then that is going to be it for today. So we are going to be seeing Elena Moreno, Flora Asnier, and Bowen van der Linden in that final heat. But now we have the two youngsters, as you can see them out there. Axel does not want to stop surfing this one. He's already had a couple of waves, just showing the power of the foil, making his way all the way down this one as well. And great riding here from the young Frenchman. Very talented freestyler. Oh, and just dodging the rocks there on the inside. So nice first wave there from him. And now let's have a little look-see at the replay, as he really caught a nice carving turn, and right in that critical spot of the wave. Look at those images. Now we are talking. One of the guys actually to catch this in the sweet spot, Axel Gerard, and he just works this one all the way down the line. So now it's going to be the turn of Christopher McDonald. There you can see him, the F1 rider out of the United States of America. And he is there with the yellow helmet. The man to beat when it comes to freestyle. And there is also another set coming their way out the back. So Christopher McDonald is also going to be dropping in on a very nice wave. Already let go of the foil, so here he goes. Making sure he gets on the top of that one. Yes, he does. And dropping in. Oh, going to the critical section. This is where the wave starts to jack up. Going to want to get some speed here, Christopher, all the way down the line. All right, gets past this section. And looks like he decided against it. And I reckon he's going to try and pump for the one behind, as it does look like there was something coming his way. And he is going to be trying to pump that, but that is not going to be possible. All right, so a good wave there for him, but Axel, I reckon, is in the driving seat so far, as we're just waiting for scores to be dropped, but it's going to be his second wave attempt. As we're just waiting for the boys to change it up and get themselves down, as we will see it. Christopher, we're just waiting for those scores, but we just saw Axel Gerard have, I'm going to say, a better wave out of the two. And now it's time to see if they can improve this as they go on for their second wave ride. So top two waves and only one count. So they have two attempts, two waves to be able to grab. And the best wave is the one that is going to be on the scorecard. So far in the lead, we have Zane Schweitzer coming out of Maui, Hawaii, and second position, Wesley Brito. Boys just having a little bit of a chit-chat out there. Just waiting to know when it is going to be their time to come out and play. So Axel just waiting. Having a look outside the stream booth here. Can't see any sets yet. But as soon as that set comes through, I know he's going to want to be out there in position and out there on it. The final men's heat of the day, and then it's one heat for the ladies. And what a week of competition it has been. We've had the kite, we've had the wingfoil, and now here with the tow-in as we continue on. But it looks like Axel Gerard in the lead so far, and we will have to see if he can hold on to that one, as I'm just trying to wait to get confirmation. There it is. All right, a 5.04 and a 2.84. So a 5.04 for that nice wave there from Axel. And but it is the Hawaiian Zane Schweitzer in the lead so far. All right, so yeah, it is Zane Schweitzer in first, Wesley Brito in second, and then that nice wave that we saw from Miso all the way along, getting a 7.12. And now we have both of these athletes, Christopher McDonald and Axel Gerard, waiting for the waves to come their way for their second wave. Everybody has 2 waves, and the top wave is going to be the one that counts. And let's see if there's some motion comes out there and they can start to try and get that second surf. Final heat of the men out there. And so far, it looks like Zane Schweitzer is in the lead. But anything can happen because both of these riders, very talented toe surfers. We've been seeing them get into it. We saw it over there in New Zealand. And now let's see what happens over here. All right, and there it is. There is definitely some waves coming his way. Let's see what Axel has up his sleeve. All right, so Axel decided to go for one of the first waves here of the set. There were some more coming, but decided he liked this one. And a really nice perspective there. Always down right on the critical section of the wave, so judges are really going to be liking that. Nice surfing here from the young Frenchman. And now this is where you've got to flatten it and straight line it a bit because right in front of the rocks. But Axel Gerard just cruising all the way along. And is he going to be catching something around the back because there is a big set wave? Is he going to be able to drop in on this one? It does look like he is. So here we have Axel Gerard dropping in on yet another roller. So linking the 2 waves together. And this one is looking much nicer on this section. Big carving open hacks here from Axel. Now we're talking. Up and over. Si, senor. All the way down to the bottom of the competition area. And he isn't over yet. As there is a big one coming behind. I can see out of the stream booth here, which I reckon he has as well. And it's going to want to turn in on this one. Yes, he does. So he continues on as Axel looks like he's going to be dropping in on one of these swells to yet another surf ride. That's what I call linking it and going for the backflip. Yeah, boy. So now Christopher McDonald all the way up the right-hand side. I can see out of the window here the stream booth, and it looks like he might be dropping in on a wave very shortly. And here we can see Christopher, nice open face hacks. This one not quite as big as the one we saw there from Axel, but there is something coming behind him. He's just going to have to straight line this, and it looks like Chris has seen it. And he's going to want to pump his way all the way along to get that way. So good work there from the American. And now he's going to be coming down. Up and over, go for the back. Oh, back loop off of the lip. So that is going to be it for the men's heat, as we are going to be approaching the final heat of the day. And let's just enjoy some of the replays because both of these boys had some very nice waves. Coming up next, we are going to have the ladies.
So a lot of people were really surprised and stoked on this.
All right, well, there we can see the players that are coming up next. Flora Asner, Bowen van der Linden, and Elena Moreno. Those are the three athletes that are going to be coming out here for the F1 Towing Surf Foil competition of the women's division. And who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Elena Moreno, hauling in from Gran Canaria, living out there in Fuerteventura, supported by Magma Surf Shop with a Gabrina gear. And we have Bowen van der Linden, one of the North International riders. And Flora Asner recently changed over to Slingshot. So it does look like it is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I think it is going to be Flora would be the correct order. I'm just trying to get the info in right now. All right, so yeah, Elena getting ready to come over here. So Elena looking like there was a very nice set wave all the way out the back. Let's see what she has. All right, so Elena out there on the water as we stand. The final heat of the day where we have the girls coming out to play. Elena absolutely really impressed us in the wingfoiling surfing wave discipline that we had earlier on in this week. Had some very nice waves, and now it's looking like she is trying to find one out here. And let's not forget, this is the F1 Towing Surf Foil competition. Another little extra discipline that we got going down here in Cape Verde, Ponta Preta, as we continue on and waiting to see what happens. And Elena here, we can see, oh, she is getting some speed. Looks like she's going to try and drop in on this one. All right, so she is off, and here we go. Elena Moreno going to be making her way down as this is her wave. Let's see what the Canarian athlete can do with it. Coming very close. Oh, but getting munched. And welcome to the Ponta Preta washing machine. Good afternoon out there. And coming up next, it looks like we're going to have a Flora Asner.
So you can see just out on the water at the moment, very, very flat period here. Definitely been quieter as the afternoon has carried on. And we now have the ladies out on the water, just having a little bit of a tow session as well, just waiting for that swell to kick in. You can see there our ski out the back, rider ready to take off. But you've got to just sit back and relax and wait for that swell and wait for those waves to kick in. Because this is the final day of competition here in Cape Verde. It's been an amazing event from start to finish. We started off in those first few days with the kite surf discipline. Managed to nail through that in a few days, and then we went over to the wingfoil pure wave discipline. First one ever. And we knocked that out as well in a 2 days. So here we are on that final day of competition now with a little bit of tow foiling. But at the moment it's a little bit quiet out there. It's a little bit stale. Just waiting for those waves to come in. You can see there our ski driver just looking over his shoulder, just looking on the horizon. There's definitely a little bit of movement out there, but nothing at the moment that our riders want to get involved in. So very, very quiet heat at the moment. Not much happening at all, but the waves will shortly be on their way. And we can see now, up on the foil, there's a few nice looking waves coming in hot. So let's see, here we go. And here we have Flora engaging on this wave here, keeping it together. You can see, look at the balance needed to stay on that foil, pumping through this little flat section. Not a lot of top to bottom turns, but starting to just have a little bit more movement through that board as this wave starts to peel down on the far left-hand side. Needing a little bit more speed just to stay on top of this wave as she pumps her way down this back section here. Flora going for a little bit of an air to finish things off. Recently making the switch over to slingshot. It looks like she's enjoying her gear out there, as that was a nice looking wave in what has been quite a quiet last 5 minutes. And up now we have Bo and van der Linden now dropping in on her first wave.
Yeah, got a nice one coming away as well. Already down right at the bottom section. We saw a nice wave there from Flora, just waiting for scores to come in on that one. But Elena Moreno a 2.50.
And we saw Bo really does enjoy her toe foil, and we saw her do it in New Zealand. Taking a good result over there for toe foiling. And here she is again, getting busy. Not one to shy away from any competition, Bo. Enjoys being out on the water, and you can see that, always has a smile on her face. And here the replay, you can see just chucking away that rope, and then the journey starts on this wave as she pulls in towards the right and then comes back on the side. Showing a nice little bit of movement there. Keeping it going through the wave, pumping through this section. Keeping it all together before thinking, I'm all right, thank you very much. Probably could have stayed on that wave a little bit longer, but you do run into a few problems when it gets a little bit shallow out here at Ponta Preta. And what a day. Last day here of competition. The trumpets are sounding very high out here. Everyone's super stoked with the competition, and you know, wouldn't have it any other way. Joe, have you enjoyed yourself for the last few days?
Yeah, it's been amazing to see all of the different sports, all of the different athletes, and I will always say all of the different characters that come down here for these events. And obviously, you know, Cape Verde itself is such a beautiful country, and I think we've had some of the best conditions we could ask for, because pretty much every single discipline has had waves here. It's been nothing but Ponta Preta. We haven't had to move over to the other side of the island. It's all happened here on centre stage, and now just closing it out here with the F1 tow-in surf foil competition, who at the moment it does look like Flora Asnier there with a 4.50 leading.
Yeah, no, she's that would be from that last wave, which was definitely the nicest we've seen so far for the ladies out on the water. And they're just waiting for that next set to come through. This is the last time they'll be out here competing in Cape Verde for this event, so wanting to end on a high. Who's going to take the W? Who's going to have that all-important win, just to round things off nicely, because these riders have probably been here a little bit longer than us as well. They come here and train a little bit beforehand, so shortly we'll be seeing most of the fleet jump on a plane and head over to Leucate.
Yeah, Leucate, that beautiful location on the southwest coast in La Franquie there of France. Great cheese, great wine, great place, known for its very strong Tramontana winds. So completely different. It is flat, so that's going to be pure freestyle. And also that is right when the Mondial du Vent, which is a very, very famous celebration of water sports that has happened over there for many, many years under the hands of Valérie Sales. So really looking forward to going back there to France. Well, yearly stop for us. And yeah, looking forward to seeing some freestyle actions, as I know the guys and the girls, they got some new tricks up their sleeve. But what a beautiful way to finish off this day, as you can just see us over here. That is just the competition area here of Ponta Preta. And it does not get much better than the sunset over here.
And there we are, just at your top left of your screens. Just, you know, this is us. This is where we have been for the last few days. And this is where we'll continue to be for this heat, as we are coming towards the closing stages now of the competition. And you couldn't have said it any better, Joe. What a time we've had here, and very well treated. And it's made me want to get my dancing shoes on and learn some of that Cape Verdean style, because boy oh boy do those guys party and dance hard.
They certainly do. They aren't messing around, I can tell you that. As soon as that music hits, the knees get loose and it gets groovy. And I mean, you know, it is not possible to follow those boys. They just have it in their genetics, and it is so cool to see. And, you know, everybody over here is so friendly, and we have enjoyed our stay. Just waiting for the final 3 waves of these ladies, as it does seem Flora Asner is in the lead. And I have confirmation winning the men's F1 tow-in surfboard competition, Zane Schweitzer from Hawaii.
Nicely done, Zane. That's a nice way to wrap things up. He'll most definitely be pleased with that. He was a little bit disappointed they didn't make that final, as we heard earlier with Chris, which in a great interview we had with that water guru earlier. But a great way to finish what has been a good, busy few weeks actually for Zane. He was over in New Zealand and then now joining us in Cape Verde. So he'll be leaving and ending on a high.
Yep, that's how it is. That's how it is. And great to see all the different athletes from all over the world coming underneath one roof. And then it's time, as you say, to go home and bring it on to the next one, as it's going to be quite a quick one, as we are going to be starting over there. Registration for Leucate on the wingfoiling side is on the 4th of April. And then also we have the big air event over there in Bucharest, which is going to be Lords of Tram, where I think you're going to be going to that one, and we're going to be having it on the stream, is going to be Lewis and Ruben Lenton, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, correct. And very, very exciting time, actually. Lord of Trans, first time we're partnering up with them, and it's going to be a really good event. It kicks off the Big Air calendar. And, you know, it's very, very exciting when we know that it pumps down there with that Tramontana wind. When it blows, it is honking. But we're on the other side of the spectrum here. Very minimal wind. Very flat out there, but there's a few little lumps because these ladies have one more wave remaining, as you mentioned, Joe. So we're in the final dying moments now, and these ladies are going to wrap things up for us.
Yes, they are. Just coming up past 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we've had a full day of action out here on the water. And I hope you guys and girls back at home have been enjoying the live stream of the GWA GK World Tour, and then also the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour, where we have seen water sports at its best, and Ponta Preta, Cape Verde, giving us the gold. And the gold already starting to come in as that sunset goes down. And Elena Moreno looks like she's going to be dropping in to a little left-hand roller here, as she is on a bump.
Yeah, we've seen a few of our riders just decide that they wanted to go and ride one of those waves in the top left-hand section. And it's not looking like it's quite forming. So deciding against that one, we'll just stay on the foil and waiting for that next set to come through.
Nice little bit of drone footage coming at you as the girls are trying to get on a wave, 3 waves, and that is going to be it, as each athlete still yet has to surf. And Elena here having trouble finding one, but it does look like hopefully there's a bit of a movement coming her way, and she will be able to drop in on a little section, because there is a very nice set, as you can see there on your screen. Look at that, picture perfect Ponta Preta breaking, and there are some waves out the back. So come on, Elena, drop in on a wave. Looks like she's going to be going for this one here, as it is starting to form. Here she goes, she gets the speed. This is when she's going to let go. Yes, she does. And is she going to be dropping in? All right, yeah, look at that one. Elena, oh, but goes down and gets worked. So missing out on that opportunity, unfortunately. So next up is going to be Flora Asner.
And just looking at that replay there, just not able to stay on the board. All that waiting, all that patience out there, waiting for that wave, and then going down early doors when you do catch one. Elena Moreno there, bit of an unforced error, but it is what it is. It's part of the game.
All right, so Elena Moreno there not getting the score that she wanted, so Flora Asner is still in the lead. And next up is going to be the French athlete, Flora. Let's see what she has. Already has a 4.5, so she is currently numero uno. And will she keep that position? Will she be able to improve it? And then Bowen van der Linden will be the final athlete of this week of competition, the final athlete to have a little ride.
And very, very, very still out there. You can see our rider just paddling, jet ski, just looking, trying to wait for Ponta Preta just to fire. Just one more set our way. That's all we need. We just need one more set with a few waves. And the competition will be wrapped up until next year, when hopefully we can return once again to this beautiful spot, this beautiful location. Some of the most historic events that we've had have gone down here. Remember the 2019 when it absolutely just booted off with the waves. And then obviously this year, after that big break with COVID, we are back and back with a vengeance here in Cape Verde, because boy, oh boy, were those waves just firing from all cylinders at the start of the competition. And that's why we're here now. We've wrapped things up and we're just finishing off with a nice little bit of towing. And on your screens there, we can just follow Flora as she's working her way across this competition area, just following that ski. I'm just having a little bit of fun out there as well. This is a great way to also get into foiling if you've got access to a little bit of kit at home, and you know, you can always just jump behind the boat, jump behind the ski. Plenty of schools all around in numerous locations that can get you up and learning with the foil. And then before you know it, you'll be winging around, you'll be kiting around all up on the foil in those light winds. But also in the strong winds, we see quite a few of our riders as well. People like Charles Bedell on the kitesurf side who likes to go big on a foil. But foiling it most definitely aimed at the more lighter winds, getting you out in pretty much very minimal winds. We've seen equipment as well, like from the likes of, you know, Duotone with that D-Lab construction where kites are able to fly in very minimal wind. F1 have just recently brought out their new Breeze, I think, the V4, which I saw online. Looks like a very handy kite. So there's all sorts of kit out there really designated onto foiling. And there we have the thumbs up from Flora. Let's go, and this will be Flora's last wave. This is it. Bring the bacon home, Flora. Cruising around this one, keeping it together. Absolutely going down on there. Big, big wipeout. That will surely wake Flora up. As you can watch the replay here. Cruising around, getting a little bit of speed as that wave was just picking up that bit more and going down on one of the biggest wipeouts we've seen today. And here we have Bowen on your screens. She will be the last rider to go. One more wave here. You can see our riders just waiting patiently as Ponta Preta. I reckon we've had all the waves. We've just sucked so much out of Ponta Preta that there's no more to give here. Just those nice little rollers that are coming through, but all the big waves have been and gone. As you can see, just out there looking around, just waiting for that set wave to come through. And if that ski is moving forward, it only means one thing. They've seen a few golden nuggets out the back. So here we go. Bowen van der Linden looking to snatch the victory off Flora, but she's going to need to pick and choose the right wave. Some really nice looking waves you can see on your screen. That is a beautiful shot there with the drone following our rider. A really, really good angle there where you can see those waves coming in the horizon, but it's Bowen van der Linden here is looking to drop in, and she is off. Last wave here in Cape Verde, Ponta Preta. This is it.
Looking like a very nice one as well as this set just rolled through. So Bowen van der Linden, she needs to get a big score. She needs something above a 4.5 if she wants to take the win. And already getting a little ollie pad going down there at the end. And unfortunately, you can see, but still enjoying herself, just having the vibes, having the smiles. And that was the final wave here of the F1 Towing Surf Foil competition. And while we watch some replays, we will get the results to see who is being the women's champion.
Wesley Burrito and Mizu Fernandez to report to the
Wow, what an amazing day of action we have had out here. And Liam taking the win. Zane Schweitzer on the men's side, and on the women's side, on the final wave, Bowen van der Linden.
Yeah, those are our two winners, and they're wrapping things up nicely here in Cape Verde. What a treat. Ponta Preta, it's delivered, it's fired from all cylinders. It's been a fantastic time down here. We've thoroughly enjoyed ourselves, and you know, we've got a busy year ahead now, Joe.
Yeah, we do. It is non-stop here on both the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour and also on the GWA Wingfoiling World Tour. Really cool to end it off here with the F1 towing surf foil competition. Really cool to see all the different riders, all the different disciplines happening out here in Ponta Preta, and we cannot wait to be here next year. So on behalf of the GK and the GWA, I'm Josie Ashler, Liam Dredge. We will see you next time.
CV Móvel. Estamos ligados.
Dođo te sigi durunja spasu Cu fake perfil po care șarastu Marge dura kim conșewe carigosu Dezi menino que o leva
Perché schita fa la vida del game.